Welcome to another On the Sofa with Kevin. This time I am delighted to introduce not just a colleague from the world of dentistry, but a very good friend, Jane Lelean. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Kevin, and thank you for the invite.
Oh, you're very welcome. I am delighted to see you here. And anybody who hasn't heard of Jane, first of all, I'd say, have you been living under a rock for the last decade? Just in case anybody hasn't heard of you, Jane, can you give us the elevator pitch? Who's Jane?
Well, I'm here to help you make your good practice great, and I can do that because I am a dentist. I've still got slightly wet fingers because I love it so much, and I'm also a qualified business coach. So yeah, unique skill set.
Excellent. And as a business coach, you obviously will be dealing with issues all the time, issues within practice.
Yeah.
What would you say are the three most common reasons you get a phone call, or the three most common issues in practice?
Okay. The three reasons that people call me are they don't have enough money, there's problems with their team, and they don't have enough time. Now they're like symptoms, but actually what I recognise is that underneath that there's a different cause. So whatever the problem is, people are desperate for money, a better team, or more time. Underlying it is that there's not a complete understanding of the mechanics of how a dental practice works at a business level. And then out of that, not really stepping up to that role of being a leader. So once a practice understands the mechanics of dental practice and takes the role as the leader, that money, time and team issues just disappear.
And if you could just give them, if your response to that practice owner who has picked up the phone, if that response was limited to 30 seconds or to one golden nugget or piece of advice, what would that piece of advice be?
Is don't blame anybody else, take personal responsibility. So if your practice is in a mess, it's your fault. And that's actually really liberating, because once you acknowledge that you've created the chaos, you can also create something that's brilliant. So take personal responsibility. When things are going wrong, take the blame. And when things are going right, celebrate your team. Yeah.
Now, one of the things that you've said there throughout that was about celebrating success, and one of the things that I think that you're about to embark upon is just one of the most wonderful things that a person can do. Jane has undertaken and done a number of charitable activities over the last number of years. This one, I think, is up there with the best of them. Tell us a little bit more about your coming months.
Well, I'm off to Greece to the refugee camps with Dentaid. So I'm one of the trustees for Dentaid, and fairly recently you've probably seen it in the news that the refugee camps are in a right state, and the Red Cross have recognised that there's an urgent need for dental care and have approached Dentaid and said, will we help? So we said yes, and so I'm in part of the first team of dentists that are going out there to the Greek refugee camps.
And I know it's going to sound massively naive on my part, but when we are bombarded with so many images of people living in such horrific conditions, it's quite easy to forget that actually those people, as well as having need for sanitary water and for food and for all the things that are blatantly obvious, it's very easy to forget those people will also have dental issues. And being in such hellish conditions and taking a toothache on top of it, I would imagine, is something that is utterly unbearable.
Absolutely. And as dentists, we have the capacity to change lives. And I couldn't even begin to imagine what it would be like to have lost your home, to lost your family, lost your income. I mean, I couldn't imagine that. Can you imagine what that would be like? But on top of that, to have raging toothache, it doesn't bear thinking about. So I'm really privileged to be able to have the skills to go out and help. Yeah, and so do you.
And in terms of helping, there is a dental community out there watching, and I would like to think that as many people as possible will help and get behind what is a fantastic initiative and much needed one. How can people help? Is it just through financial aid, or what do they do next?
Okay. Well, I've got my donate page which people can donate on. If people go to the Dentaid website, there's a donation page there. So obviously we do want money. We've got to pay for all the kit. There are some amazing people that give. Henry Shine give us an awful lot of stuff, and thank you to Henry Shine. And we still need more. So money will help us. Your skills, your time, looking for volunteers. So please, if that you've got 2-week holiday and you don't know where to go, come and help us. And also down in our head office, there's always stuff needs to be done to help prepare for the trips. So regular volunteering. So there's 3 ways: money, being a volunteer, and helping in the offices.
Fantastic. So give some. Do you know what? I am not going to start pleading. Give money in an Irish accent. There's a track record there. So Jane, thank you so much for coming to the sofa today, and I wish you the very best of luck in both your coaching career and also in what you're about to do over the next coming months. Thank you very much for being here today.
It's my pleasure, Kevin. Thank you, and thank you for watching and supporting Kevin.
We'll see you next time.